here with my sister Jen.
Yeah, I'm so excited to welcome Cole. She's been traveling all around the world. If you don't follow Cole, you definitely should. Miss Adventurous. And I'm so excited to have her here in Austin. And today she is going to be doing some Thai massage on me. I'm so excited to receive.
That's what she's really excited about, yeah. She's happy to see me and all, but I'm going to touch her. So that's exciting.
Best part. So what are we doing today, Cole?
So today I'm going to show you a little bit of Thai massage for the hands, arms, neck, and the chest. So grab a partner and we'll, get to it.
Okay, sounds great. Yeah. How do you want me?
On your back, please, madame.
Okay, I'm there.
It shouldn't be very hard to talk somebody into it. So yeah, find a friend. All right, so I am starting on her right side. So it'll be the left side of their body or her right side. So we'll start on the same side here. Yeah. So the arms, you'll have them placed kind of like in a shavasana position, their arms out a little bit from their body. And the way we'll start is we'll take a right hand and we'll place it on around the shoulder pectoral muscle. So the shoulder, like the shoulder ball here, will go right into the hand and it fits kind of perfect. The heel of the hand will come onto the pectoral muscle. So that's about the placement here. This is going to be our mother hand. I'll explain that a little bit more in a moment. And then this hand will come down to the wrist and it'll be the baby hand. So the way we can make sense of this is that the mother hand will stay where it is and the baby hand is going to travel. So even though I'm going back and forth, I'm putting pressure and then picking up, the mother hand stays where it is. On my left hand, the baby hand is going to travel. So just going to walk up and down. So in Thai massage, it's less about pressing and more about leaning your weight. So you can think about bringing your shoulder over your wrist, your shoulder over the wrist. So instead of me pushing so much, I'm going to lean. And then I'm going to lean into the other hand. So I'm just shifting the weight. It's a beautiful thing about Thai massage is being able to leverage your weight. So you can do this back and forth several times. And you can find a rhythm in your body, and I normally will just use my breath. And it can be really good, especially as you're learning, to ask about the pressure. So you can ask your partner, would you like more or less pressure, Miss Jen?
That's great.
Nice. So then what's good to is kind of figure out what your medium is. It's subjective with everyone, so everyone will have a little bit of a different idea of what feels good to them. But the more that you ask, the more that you'll find that consensus. So we've kind of warmed up the arm lines. And you can take the left palm into their palm as well. And then we'll take a seat back. We're going to turn the hand so that the top of the forearm is showing. You can take the right hand and we're just going to press down. So first I'm going to use the full palm here. So I'm leaning the weight over. So just up and down, or down and up. And then I'm going to use the thumbs. So a Thai thumb is going to be this thickness of the thumb, not the tip, but the full thumb width. So you're using the broadness of the thumb. So you can press down, maybe with two thumbs, maybe with one, and just see what feels good. So you're going to press down into the muscle there. Even here you can lean. So feel the difference between pressing and leaning. Leaning the shoulders, this time over the wrists or over the thumbs. And then we'll come down to the wrist. So take the wrist. I like to take the thumbs right over the wrist and then the index, the other fingers underneath. And you can rotate up and down. So you're pressing in on this joint and then moving it around. And then it's going to kind of be like this. We're going to be squeezing the hand. The thumbs will be on top. And I'm really squeezing in with my index fingers. And you can kind of pull apart as if all of these little bones here, you were trying to make some space in between them. Just make some moves. And then we'll go off each finger. So here I'm going to go off the thumb. So I'm pressing in, just incrementally moving up. So you're getting all the little muscles, all the little tendons. And then I'll pull off the thumb a little bit. Then we'll go off the index finger. So don't think about how much we use our hands. We use them all the time and often don't give them any love. And go off all the way to the tip and kind of pull. I should remember, but I don't, how many hands and muscles, how many bones and muscles are in the hands and the feet, but there are a lot. So just squeezing them, giving them a little bit of love, coming off the fingers. Beautiful. And then we're going to pull back. So you can imagine we're pulling at the wrist, but you can see it move all the way up her neck here. So we're going to pull back, and you can think about like pulling on a rubber band, like you're finding some tension, but you're not going to break the rubber band. You're just feeling that pull. And then you can even add some vibration, it's quite quick, but it's gentle, and you're keeping that tension. So this is creating an opening in her fascia, which is this like 3D spider web of connective tissue that covers all of our muscles, all of our organs. So even though I'm pulling here at her wrist, she's feeling it where she needs, maybe possibly up in the shoulder, maybe in the neck. And a couple more rounds of breath. And then very, very, very slowly, as slow as you can, we're going to release the tension. And lay her arm back down. You should be able to see how she's got quite a bit more space on this side than the other side. And then just some feel-good finishing moves on the arm. And we'll switch sides. All right, so we're switching sides. This time the mother hand, baby hand will be switched. Left hand will come up around the shoulder and pectoral muscle. So the heel of the hand will kind of be right here on the muscle, and then the palm of my hand will hug her shoulder. So this hand stays, the other hand will move up and down the arm. So just shifting the weight back and forth and finding a nice rhythm. So much of it is about the rhythm. Going side to side. So kind of like we do in yoga, we move with the breath very often. In vinyasa yoga we do. It's kind of like a vinyasa massage that we're moving with the breath. It turns into a moving meditation as well. I always feel really relaxed after giving Thai massage. And then we're going to turn the arm, take your hand underneath their elbow to gently move it out. So you want to do this very gently because it's kind of it can be an interesting position. So you want to move this out very gently, and we're going to move on the top of the forearm. So first you can come with the palm. And I press it on the exhales. Inhale, you can pick up, and exhale, come down again. Let's go back up. And then we'll go with the Thai thumb. So remember, that's the broadness of the thumb. So maybe use one, maybe use two. It's the same thing. Inhale, lift. And exhale, come down. This can be really tense, especially up high. High on the arm. It feels so good. It's like juicing the forearm. especially people who work with their hands. Massage therapists, hairdressers, people who are typing a lot. This is all really juicy, so maybe do it again. We're going to come all the way down to the hand. Well, first we'll take a pit stop at the wrist. So the thumbs are on top, fingers are below, and just move the wrist back and forth. So see if you can feel any adhesion, just creating some space there. And then we'll move down to the hand. So kind of spreading the bones as if you were going to spread the bones apart. And you use these bottom fingers to press in, like you're making fingerprints. And then we'll come off the fingers one by one. So you can start at the pinky or you can start at the thumb. I'm just happening to be starting at the thumb, really getting into that thumb pad. The thumbs work the hardest. And come all the way off each little finger. Hand is one of my favorite. We have so many nerve endings in our hands, our feet. So we've said hello to each finger. We'll open the palm back up and begin to do some finishing strokes here. All right, and now we're just going to do the arm pull. So slowly begin to pull the arm and it'll straighten out. And you can look all the way up by the neck, how the shoulder's releasing. So finding that tautness, like stretching the rubber band. And then whenever you feel it, you begin the vibration. It's a very quick vibration, but they're very, very small. A couple more rounds of breath. You don't normally do it like 30 seconds, maybe even a minute. And slow, 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 slow. We'll release. Feels delicious. Be sure that they do this one to you. And roll the hand up. And just some finishing strokes. And we'll go up. We'll meet up at the head. All right, so we're sitting up by the head, and we're going to start working along the pectoral muscles in the chest, and this feels so nice. So often, back pain is actually coming from tightness here, because when we slump over, these muscles shorten, and it lengthens the muscles in the back, and it starts getting all edgy and icky back there. So often it's because of the tightness here. So we'll work on that for a moment. So first we'll take the hands up by the shoulders and we'll just kind of pedal out. You can imagine you're like a cat, like cat pine. Back and forth again, that steady rhythm. You try to keep the same cadence, the same rhythm throughout the whole practice. So now my thumbs are right below the clavicle. So this is the clavicle muscle, this kind of V-shaped bone here. So right underneath it, I'm just going to start placing some pressure with the broadness of my thumb, remembering that Thai thumb is not the tip, but the broadness. And you can go all the way out towards the shoulders. And I'll come back in. Often you'll feel tiny little nuggets, tiny little knot nuggets. So you're just moving really slow here. You want the body to relax. If we move very quickly, and especially if there's tension in the body, then it tenses up even more because it's like a protection. It's kind of like we're sneaking in on the knots. We're going really slow, sneaking up on them. And maybe hold for a moment. And then we'll come up to the neck. This can be a really nice place if you like to use essential oils. Jen has all kinds of oils. Fun to come and play. This is some orange. Use some orange. And maybe rub your hands, let them inhale, just kind of placing them over. And then moving to the neck, we're going to take the hands underneath. It's kind of like we're going to scoop underneath, and I'm going to pull. My fingertips are going to come right underneath the occiput. So the occiput is this bony muscle, the bony bone, the bony bone right underneath to the base of the neck, the base of the skull. Let me try that again. There's a bony protrusion at the base of the skull, and it's called the occiput. And whenever you wrap your hands underneath and pull back, you'll find it. It's like kind of a perfect fit. Like you'll know that it's there. You can cradle the head. So reaching the hands underneath, pulling up, and you can take the whole head into the hands. So the motion that I'll do here, I'm pressing my fingertips up into that, in between the neck and the occiput. And the motion that I'll kind of use is like, come here. Come here. There's a little bit of a wave, like with the tops of the fingertips. So let's try that. So cradle the head. And then make that movement. It's a little bit kind of like a wave. And this is helping traction the neck, find a little bit of space. It feels really nice. Yeah. And then we're going to pick up the head slightly and turn it over towards the left side. You can leave your hand here. Sometimes it feels nice because in Thai massage we like to use lots of points of contact. So you can leave the hand here underneath the head if you'd like, or you can take it out. I'll leave it there for now. My right hand is going to press away. So I'm creating space between the shoulders, the shoulder and the ear. And then I'm going to do some thumb pressing into the side of the neck. So you want to start really gently here. This is a really sensitive part of the body. And because we're not using oil, in this case, we're not going to slide because we don't want to pull the skin. We're just going to press. So you can imagine if you were going to make a thumbprint into like some fruit or into cookie dough or something like that, this is kind of what we're doing. We're not sliding, but it was if we were just going to make some dents in a peach or something. So you press down. Then I'm going to lift up and move up some. But don't pull the skin, so actually lift up and then press down. And the more that you do it, you'll begin to feel some tension. You'll find like it'll be a different density. And you can have your partner talk to you as well about pressure or what works and what doesn't work. And whenever you have them do it to you as well, one of the best ways to learn is to have it done to you. And that's, I know that sounds like horrible homework, but that's how you can really learn what feels good, what works, what doesn't. By practicing on other people and receiving is very important. So now I've kind of went up. You can kind of thumbprint around, so you don't have to stay in a certain spot. But there are some places that, and you'll be able to feel, that are more delicate. Like I wouldn't press down right here. You can feel where the muscles are compared to where it's really soft and tender, really soft and tender's not the right word, but vulnerable. More kind of on the outside is where the muscles are. And then we're going to come to the occiput, that base of the neck again, with the fingers. I'm just going to put some pretty good pressure in there. And I got a purr, she's purring. And that feels really good. There's a big thick band of muscle right here. And then we can shampoo the whole head. And when I say shampoo, that makes us think of hair, but actually we want to move the whole scalp. So as if you could move the whole scalp. The hair will move as well, but you can come to the temples right here. And no one will care if you do this for a really long time. And then when we're ready to switch sides, well, we want to give some love to the ear because that feels good. And it's just right there. So you can kind of pull off the ear. Don't pull off the ear. Let me rephrase that. Gently pull the ear. Words are important. To switch sides, we're going to take this right hand and come back up onto the back of the head. And I'm going to really gently turn it over. And then I'm going to take the left hand underneath the neck. So we're supporting the whole way and turning the head into my right hand. Yeah? So now we'll do it on this side. So first, let's push away, creating space between the neck. There's space between the shoulder and the ear. And then we'll thumbprint up the neck. So using the broadness of the thumb, you can take your fingers and slide it underneath the neck. We're going to find the muscle, feel for the muscle, and then take these big fingerprints. You have to move even extra slow here. It can be really jolting and counterproductive if you're moving kind of quickly and shakily in a place that's sensitive, because the muscles will kind of shut down. They'll be like, no, we're protecting ourselves, and they'll tighten up. So again, it's kind of like you're wanting to like stealthily sneak in. So continue to thumb press, maybe even staying for a couple seconds, so moving even slower than we did on the rest of the body. It just allows the body to know that it's safe, to know to relax around what's happening. You know, and I can feel like some pulses, some vibrations going on in her body as well. And just listening, we're learning to listen. Listen to the body instead of listening to words. It has a lot of messages. We're going to move up to the occiput. So I'm going to move the fingers, just kind of slide the hand up, move the fingers into the base of the neck. And we're rotating here. Got another purr. And this is such a good spot. This is where a lot of people get migraines, get cluster headaches, I think it's called. And there's lots of different bones around the skull. So it's not just a full skull. There's little sutures and several of them that come together. So whenever we're shampooing, we're kind of just moving, keeping that in mind that there's lots of things happening up here, and it feels really nice. Moving the whole scalp, not just the hair. You know, when you go like to a hair salon, the people who shampoo your hair the best, they're not definitely getting the whole scalp. It's definitely not just a hair thing. And we'll give a little tug to the ear. Lots of nerves in the ear. And we're going to come back to center. So again, I'll kind of swoop the hand up, left hand up, and I'm going to turn gently the head up. So I might rearrange my hands. I'm going to rearrange my hands, reaching underneath the neck, and again, pulling back so I'm holding the skull, the head, and the fingers are coming up into the occiput. And then do this kind of wave, come here motion again. And then hold it for a moment. Kind of like we did with the arm, where you find that little bit of tension and then you hold there, except we're not going to vibrate here, but it's still finding that same like tensegrity, that same end feel, I think it might be called in massage end feel. And close your eyes down, take several rounds of breath, maybe coming back to a intention, to wishing health and feel goods to the person who you're touching. Love. And we'll slowly slide out from underneath the head by releasing down. We're going to come off really gently because we're breaking this energetic connection. We come off the head and then slowly release. Well, I'm not going to make her get up, and don't make your friend get up too soon either. But thank you for joining us, and let us know if you have any questions or comments or want to see any other certain areas of the body we can show you how to do on Thai massage. Just let us know.
Yeah.
Enjoy.